Good.
So is there a particular reason you're back for this game?
We've had a week of impact in Northwest Arkansas with my nonprofit. So we've done a workshop for an elementary school in Springdale, middle schools in Bentonville, and the U of A students on last night. Perfect timing. And we also introduced our new documentary called All for the Hogs. So we previewed it this morning with the triplets, and we had a great time, and this was a perfect game. Good timing.
What was the documentary?
Yeah, it's about how the triplets help to close the gap with racial relationships in the state of Arkansas. And it takes us from 1957 all the way up into when we finished playing for the Razorbacks, and how blacks, whites, Hispanics, rich, poor, everyone pulled for the Hogs, all for the Hogs. And it was partly because of the impact that we had with basketball. Very exciting, very well done piece, and we previewed it today.
You ever lose to TCU?
Did I ever lose to TCU? Absolutely not. but TCU always had competitive teams. Matter of fact, it was one of my favorite places to play. Favorite team to play against was TCU, and Fort Worth was one of my very best cities that I traveled.
We took Jimmy Whitt with the throwback game he's got.
Yeah, I like Jimmy Whitt. I like his grit. I like the way he plays. He competes every play. He can rebound. He can score. He's a very effective player.
Yeah, Bishop?
What do you think of Musselman's job and the job he's done? Did you have any experience with him?
Oh, yes, yes, because when I coached for the I coached for the Dallas Mavericks. He was the head coach for the Golden State Warriors. And we had to match up against Golden State multiple times per year. And I always was very impressed with his ability to have a game plan and to adjust, not only during the game, but also before the game. Very good scouter, excellent recruiter, knows the game of basketball, motivator, and they're going to continue to grow and get better.
Seems like he's really renounced the coach. He felt pretty good about.
I'm sorry?
When he was announced the coach.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Anytime you coach in college, you coach in the NBA, you coach in Europe, you coach in the CBA, you paid your dues, and you know a lot about basketball players. You have a lot of credibility to offer players when you're recruiting them. I knew he would be an excellent choice.
They kind of surprise people. Are you surprised they're doing as well as they are, as small as they are?
I'm shocked. And it's not because of the size, because if you have a smaller team, one thing we do know, you have to make shots. If you make shots, and if you get in transition and create opportunities, you can overcome any rebounding deficiency that you might have. I'm just very surprised at how consistent they are. And they're in every ball game. Normally you get blown out here and there, but they don't seem to get blown out.
And you obviously, what he said, stress defense. What do you think of Arkansas's defense? They've been leading the SEC or been very high nationally in a bunch of defensive categories.
It's really nice. You see the hybrid of college defensive coaching and the NBA defensive coaching. They use the stick hand very effectively on the three-point shots. They're always to the middle of the paint on the weak side. They contest the ball, but yet they box up the paint. It's beauty to watch them play defense. It's really fun to watch.
Most teams have all sold out time after time after time and done that.
It looks small now. It was weird when I walked into Bud Walton, because they had people in the arena. It didn't look as big and as intimidating as when you come here and there's not very many people. But the crowd they're into the ball game, and it's just fun to watch the evolution of the game. Obviously, Nolan Richardson, Mike Anderson, Coach Eddie Sutton, a lot of coaches had a ton to do with the success at the Arkansas program.
It's appropriate you're back when you go Southwest Conference.
Yes, that's cool, isn't it? They don't remember Southwest Conference, some of these people. But yeah, the Southwest Conference was just pure basketball and athleticism, and we were the only state that was not from Texas, and we would just go battle Texas and Texas A&M and Baylor and Houston and Rice and Texas Tech, when we keep going, the TCU and SMU, and it was just so much fun beating those guys a lot. So it's good to be back against TCU.
So Jimmy, Ben Howland, Mississippi State, said the other night that he compared Jimmy to like a 33-year-old NBA player because the mid-range game. Like when you played, I'm not sure if there was a three-point shot. I don't know, earlier it wasn't. But Jimmy just seems like a throwback player with that mid-range jumper.
He is. The fact he can get to a spot. First of all, throwback players could normally get to a spot, and they can get their shot off. And sometimes, even with length on him, he's able to alter his release to get the ball up to the basket. And he's certainly an effective player. they're going to need for him to be big coming down the stretch because, as you know, they're a little light on their bench. So the starters are going to have to play very well.
We were going to say Joe out and Jones and Falco, we might try to see that.
Well, I went in the training room to take a bathroom break, and all the trainers were in there. I asked them to tape me.
Yeah.
I said, tape me up. I'm ready to hoop. And then nobody listened to me. They all laughed.
I bet everybody takes it. You go out there and give him a good 10 minutes or so.
Now, I used to say in the NBA, this is not college. I said in the NBA, I will get embarrassed for a 30-day, $1 million contract. But not in college. I will not get embarrassed. That's all free.
Okay.